Get in the game with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Bet on the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, soccer, golf, MMA, and more. Every sport, every market, right at your fingertips. Deposit instantly with PayPal, Venmo, or Apple Pay, starting at just $10. Win big and cash out fast. PayPal in 24 hours or instantly at retail sportsbooks. Available in over 20 states, FanDuel's app is your ticket to the action. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now.
So to complete the mailbag, it's two questions. Number one is from Richard Lowe's. Subject is Russo. Do you get the sense Russo is a wrestling liberal? Blocks you when you dare disagree or point out facts he doesn't like. He hates wrestling but would then do consulting for WWE or AEW. He gets mad at everyone for not going on a show, but is quickly triggered by people who either point out facts or use what Vince says against him, such as Rhea, Cody wrestling at 60, etc. He got mad at his own brand when people pulled the clips of him saying he was done at 60, but tried to first say he never said that, then gave it context. I like Vince, but he's the person he castrates weekly. Vince just comes off as bitter because Cornette got a call in 17 for the Hall of Fame appearance, and Bischoff is used on occasion as they both badmouth WWE, and Vince wants back in so bad, it's really easy to say you wouldn't do it when you're not getting the call. What do you think of those theories? That's Richard from Cleveland, Ohio. I honestly don't want to talk about Vince anymore, but I'll just answer these questions. Vince has he does not want to go back.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you that. All right.
I was going to say, It's not just Bischoff doesn't just get a call, man. They hired him to run SmackDown in 2018 or 19 or something like that. The other thing is I think this all started actually when I saw that Vince blocked someone on Twitter that I knew was a longtime supporter and listener. And that's where I started paying attention to, these guys are complaining now and what's going on. But that was where it started. One of the brand members was like, hey, you already said this, or you said this years ago and you didn't stop watching. And Vince is like, I didn't say that. And he started sending him audio clips, and then Vince blocked the guy. And I was like, I know this guy, Chris or whatever. But that's when I started paying attention when I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm done talking about this. I'm tired of seeing the YouTube clips up on things. It's just exhausting. It's done. All right. Next one is from Junior Mendoza, and the subject is Tony Khan. Going on, fellas. Oh, I think he meant what's going on, fellas. Question for you guys. What's it going to take for Tony Khan to grow some balls and start fighting back against WWE? Or start fighting back against his own wrestlers? WWE walks all over him. His own wrestlers walk all over him. Eventually, you got to stand up for himself. I don't know.
I don't know. That Jack Swagger quote or Jake Hager quote the other day made it sound like
he's been going on multiple shows. Jake Hager's just torturing Tony on all these. Every day I pull up, there's Jake Hager's on a podcast talking about Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
but the story that he told about Tony coming back and yelling at everyone and saying, if I want to put you in a 6-man tag in 6 minutes without warning, you're going to go do it. So it sounds like but it's like you guys said, that reminds you of Eric when he was starting to.
I would prefer people did not ask us any more stuff about Vince.
There's no comparison between Eric and Tony, Joe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're comparing a mark that has a lot of money and was able to get into places most people wouldn't, and throwing tantrums, and and this is what can he do? What can he do to go, bro? First of all, you have to have leadership qualities. You're either born with them, somebody teaches them to you, but he's not a natural leader. He's not a strong leader. He's very wishy-washy. He'll tell you one thing, then another, and then another. And you're like, bro, you told me this and you told me that, and now you're telling me this. And then, and a lot of people don't want to make waves. They're getting paid and they're like, whatever he wants to fucking do. And I don't want to say names because there's people that I tell him, I go, why do you do that? He goes, Tony's idea. And I go, and why do you go along with it? He goes, I don't give a fuck. Just pay me. And when you're working like that, that's not a good place to be. And he knows he has the power. And he's not a guy that, that a lot of the boys over there that talk to me respect. And that has nothing to do with he went to work with CMLL or he doesn't want to use me or any other stupid excuse that you can come up with. because I'm bitter against him. No, I'm telling you how it is. You're hearing it from Jack Swagger. You've heard bits and pieces from other people. And as time goes on, you're going to hear even more. And at the end, people go, you know what? Konnan was right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't have no reason to lie. I don't have no reason to make shit up. I mean, there's no reason. I'm telling you as it is.
Right. My big issue, and I could get, because I would probably like Tony Khan if I worked there. And I bet you we would probably be playing.
If you sat down, let me just say this. I will give him this. If you sat down with him, almost like Russo, if you sit down and you talk with Russo about like maybe baseball,
football.
Right. It's an enjoyable conversation, right? Because he's not a fucking maniac.
Right.
But same thing with Tony. If you talk to him, he likes the same movies we like. He likes UFC. He likes college sports. He likes sports in general. You'd have a good time talking with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'd probably end up playing in a fantasy football league together.
Probably.
Too, So, but here's my issue. Okay. Is I don't blame Tony for anything that he does because he's inexperienced. Okay. He bought in, he bought the company and stuff. My issue is we know these stories. We hear them. We know the dirt sheets know these stories, and the dirt sheets will just refuse to report.
Yeah, and I was going to say
the media.
I'm going to tell you why it is his fault because he should be smart enough to know he's a college graduate, and if you talk to him, he's not dumb.
And he's run sports teams, the analytics anyway.
You put people around you that have strong leadership skill, and to help you. You don't try to do everything by yourself, write every fucking show, do everything, take all the credit, run rough shit. That's not the way you run shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I do say it is his fault. Wait 1 second. Right. Somebody's at the door. Wait.
Konnan's always getting like solicitors at the door. Like, you want us to fix your windows? Hey, what kind of roof do you have? This happens all the time.
Right.
And he usually goes, I'm busy. Get the fuck out of here. Beat it. Get off my lawn. What are they trying to tell you today? Yeah, again.
You know what's funny?
Why were you going to buy it?
No, you left to go to the door.
Right.
And Joe jokingly was saying, like, it's kind of funny, Konnan always has these random people like knocking on his door trying to sell him stuff, everything, and he always says the same thing, like, beat it,
Right.
And right at that time, we overheard you saying, not interested, goodbye. So it's the same thing, right? How many people come
because they started diatribe. Oh, I'm working for so-and-so. I want to know if you're interested. Yeah. And I cut them right off at the past.
That's very strange because I live in a community where there's, the houses are kind of closer together. It's a decent, nice house, smallish house, but it's a nice neighborhood, right? You would think that our door would get knocked on a lot because it's an easy neighborhood to think. Bro, your door gets knocked on all the time.
Yeah,
I've been to your house. You live in a suburban neighborhood where it's like, you got a big house, a big yard. All the yards are big in the house. It's funny that people are literally choosing your street to go knock on your doors and stuff. Everything. So
it's not my street, it's my area because there's a lot of money in this area.
Right.
So they're figuring somebody needs something.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. The problem here is, and you'll see it on like the Facebook group for Glen Olden. It'll be like, watch out. I live in Glen Olden, Briarcliff. It has two names for some reason. And so people will warn on there like, hey, beware of people coming around dressed up like they work for the electric company. They're casing the house, or people just got tied up and robbed. Do not answer your door for these people.
My door is never open to anybody unless I know them. So here's a great thing about my house. So there's a door. So this is the door to my house, but to the left of it is where I'm at right now.
Right.
And so there's a sliding glass window. So they can't see me, but I can see them.
Right.
Right. And it has like a blinds, it has blinds. So I just open the blinds enough where they can just see an eye. And then if I don't know you and I didn't ask you to come to my house, there's a 99.9 chance you're going to be told to bounce, as you just heard.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, but just the gist of it, the end this email with Tony is that
I think it's his fault because you got to surround yourself with qualified people that have respect from their peers and from the wrestlers, and that can help you run the company. I think not like when he got mad when I came on the podcast and I said, hey, there's a lot of shit going on in the dressing room, and he was mad. And I go, well, bro, you need to go into the dressing room and figure out what's going on. And what happened? Andrade and Guevara, Thunder and Britt all got into it.
Kenny.
Yeah. You know, all that shit happened.
You see the storm brewing, right?
Right. Yeah. But you don't know because you don't go into the dressing room, and you don't have people telling you what's going on. And that's what, and then you look at the show 5 years later, finally they're doing video packages and introducing people, but they're still so far off WWE. It isn't funny. It's a good place to go if WWE releases you, or you're starting, or you want to get seen by WWE, but that's not a place where you want to be your whole career, I don't think.
Right. It's a dead end. It's just money. Some money, you get the money. You're not like really advancing your career. Right. Nobody's really getting.
How many people's stock really goes up there?
I'll say this.
Mariah May got seen.
I'll say this. MJF re-signed, right?
Yes.
Do you think MJF's value is going to be bigger or less than it was before he re-signed? Like he just re-signed. Like he had good value. Now? He had good value to go to the WWE, and they're probably going to pay him good money to come there. And Tony outbid them, right?
Right.
The next thing is WWE looking like as if he's a stock. Do you think his stock price is going to be even bigger than it is before it was?
I don't know, because he's young and you could still do cool shit with him, and he still has charisma, and he still can rock the microphone. He's a good look at Cody. What were they doing with him when he was there at the end? Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, he was getting booed. Yeah. Then they went over there. I mean, I always say this, and you know this, Disco. You know this very well. You're always just one good storyline or rivalry away from, Yeah.
Yeah. I look at Sami Zayn.
Right.
Before he just started doing the bloodline thing, and the next thing you know, it's like it was a year-long storyline. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you just got to be ready when you get bro, that's the thing. That's, you can blame booking and everything, but that's personal. If you need to knock it out of the park when they're giving you something.
Right. And not only another thing that I want to tell people, and Disco, you know how I was in WCW with this and TNA. If you don't feel comfortable doing something or you don't like it, say it. Just say, I'd rather do this, so you can't just always go with the way, because sometimes, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but this is my experience. Sometimes the booking committee and the bookers, they lose respect for you because you won't stand up for yourself, and he'll do whatever he's told to do. Sometimes it works in your favor, but a lot of times it doesn't, Right. And if you stand up, they're like, okay, we know we can't get away with this because he's going to fucking say something. I don't know if that's been your experience.
Let me ask you this.
Has it?
If I asked a typical, just your average mid-card wrestler at AAA,
right?
If I just a random guy say, hey, are you comfortable going in and talking to Konnan about your creative? What percentage do you think the answer would be yes, and what percentage do you think the answer would be no? Are people that work for you comfortable coming to talk to you, or do you give out an aura that like you don't want to be told anything? How would you rate your perception by the wrestlers?
My perception, this is what I would think, and I'm going to be absolutely truthful. Okay. If you don't got a good idea, don't bring it to me.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you the truth, and usually you're going to leave butthurt.
Okay, so how often
most people think their ideas are good, or they wouldn't bring them to you.
Right.
And I invariably end up saying the Mexican wrestler is not sophisticated as the American wrestler.
Right.
They're not good on social media. They're not good about staying in shape. They're not good about being on time. And so another thing is, when you sit down with a Mexican wrestler, most of them, all they know how to talk about is pussy, partying, and money. They have no other. So when you bring something to me and it's not good, I'm going to tell you why it's not good. And usually people leave and they go, I'm never bringing anything up to him again. Most of the boys do not have good ideas.
Right.
In AAA. Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.